What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Next Issue podcast. I-
Woo!
as we were counting down, the StreamYard's like, an error has occurred. You can't go live. And I was like, uh-oh, I got 30 seconds to figure it out. And that's why I just ended up pushing that Moon Knight punching the
Nice.
dude. All right, here we are. Once again, the crew is back together for the most part. Kyle's still out saving the world or whatever. He's making movies. He's left us for Hollywood.
What franchise has he rebooted?
Uh,
Power Rangers.
it's he wants to make a movie where it's like Sharknado, but it's backwards. I'm not sure.
The top part's a shark, the bottom part's a tornado.
I'm not entirely sure what it entails. But that's where we are.
That's like a shark whirlpool, I guess.
Yeah, it's a tornark.
Torn shark. Inspired.
It'd be like a seal whirlpool because whatever the opposite of a shark is, which I guess would be the prey.
Oh,
it'd be like,
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Interesting. That's one way to approach it. I don't know what they're thinking over there.
This is why Kyle's making the movies and not me.
That's right. Yeah, that's why. All right, we're gonna get into, and for later in the show, we have a thing that we're gonna try out. So everybody, go break out your wish book, your catalog, your, go dig in the old closet behind the old VCR.
Old. Mine still works.
Things can be old and still work, Clay. Clay, don't be ageist, all right?
God, I'm still old and I still work, kind of.
The way it's going, everyone's gonna be old and we're still gonna have to work, all right? So
I've already accepted that.
So let's put a little more respect into these old vintage equipment. Yeah, I didn't even say VCR combo DVD. That's too new.
I've got that too.
Well, luckily my old wish books are behind my laser discs, so
hey, those laser discs
Probably still the best way to watch Star Wars Episode 4.
A laser disc?
Yeah, because Han still shot first.
Yeah, it was the original series.
Yeah,
and it's going to be in high res or high res ish.
I do have those
high-res
DVDs.
Laserdisc.
I have like the original, the whatever they released right before they did the remaster things.
Right.
So those I have.
But
they still have Han
when those came out, right?
First.
Or did they?
What's that?
I didn't think DVD was a format yet when those came out.
So just before they re-released in the 90s the movies, they had they released like a box set, and it was VHS, and then they released the DVDs a little bit later.
All right. Okay.
So they transferred those over to DVDs for like a small print run, and then that's when George Lucas was like, nobody gets to watch the original Star Wars ever again. And then
God damn it.
No.
God damn it, George.
They were like,
I hate that song that they added in Jabba's is it
banger?
That's
a bop.
Yeah, that like I hated it when I first heard it, but it's slowly grown on to me like over time.
That's what George was counting on.
Yeah, I'm like,
fans to love Size Noodles.
That's right.
Yeah,
hey,
I'm all about the jizz. I'm all about that jizz.
I'm just glad the band finally got a time to shine.
Yeah,
that wasn't the jizz band though. The jizz band from the Cantina, right? It's a different. Come on, Jeff. It's a different type of genre there at the palette.
I'm sorry.
It's new wave jizz.
I think they changed the name of jizz to something else too.
I really hope they did.
I think they call it semen now. So it's. Wait. How long are we into the podcast? I'm sorry, Danny.
The funny part is that last time we started with raw dogging.
And I wasn't even here. You can't blame me for that one.
Oh yeah, that one's not on you, Jeff.
I'm trying to get us on FM morning radio.
Oh, they're calling it They're calling it Jats now. Jats.
Yes.
J-A-T-Z. T-Z. I don't know how to pronounce it. That's just what I saw online.
That just sounds like pants you wear when you need to jizz. Don't worry. I've got my Jats on.
I don't know if those have been marketed yet, but I
nobody,
feel like there's a.
Did we just discover a niche market?
Wow.
All right.
My
You know what? We're just gonna restart over.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Next Issue Podcast.
Welcome to our Thanksgiving episode.
Okay. That's right. Where instead of
you know what I'm thankful for? Jats.
Instead of talking about things we are thankful for, we're gonna talk about things that we wanted as children. Maybe we'll get into it in the second half of the show. But for now, let's talk about what we've been doing, what we've been watching, what we've been reading. And I like to start because I have something very interesting. And before I get into this, I want to ask you guys, and please raise a hand as it applies. Have you all watched the original? Thanks, Clay. Glad to see your hand is working.
Well, we're all old on this side, so who knows what's working and what isn't.
What have you guys seen the original Gladiator?
Yes.
Yeah.
Many times.
Great.
I like how he also said, raise your hands, and none of us did.
Yeah, I know.
You can't follow instructions. I thought he's
obviously not. Clay raises his hand before he's even prompted to do so.
And then you were like, who's here? We're like, yes, we have.
Remember, Danny tells us, all right, everyone pick one thing, and we all pick like 8.
Yeah. Bring a list of 5 movies. Well, here's 7 things.
Yeah, exactly.
But let me explain.
So this weekend, or yesterday actually, not even 24 hours ago, I went to watch Gladiator 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Excellent. I was hoping that would be the subtitle.
Listen,
I'm very curious about this.
Yeah, me too.
But that's why first I want to get your thoughts on the first Gladiator. So the original Gladiator was like my favorite movie until The Dark Knight came out.
Oh wow. Okay.
So that was a long time. That was like a span of maybe 8 years or so. So yeah, what's you guys' history with Gladiator? We can start with Clay since he gave me a thumbs up.
It is the best Joaquin Phoenix role ever. And I'm going to put that above Joker because he is a better villain and comes across like it's mean to be mean. I mean, he's just there to, like he's like, I got all the power. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm going to fuck all y'all up. Like it's just, and it's a guy who's non-deserving. That's the other thing. He plays it so well. And you just follow Russell Crowe through all the bad, hoping for the payoff. Like it's really an incredible film. It's probably the best Russell Crowe film.
Oh, better than the Pope's Exorcist, eh? All right.
Hadn't seen that one, so
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yep, I'm gonna put it above Love and Thunder. It's a tough move, but
he gets to wear a skirt again, so that's nice. All right, Josh, how about you? Where are you on Gladiator as the professor in the group?
Well, I saw it in the theater actually when it came out, and I really liked it. And then for a class I taught at excuse me, UNT, that was designed by a professor there. One of the assignments actually was they had to watch Gladiator, so I watched it a bunch because I had to watch it for this class. I really like it. It's a great movie. It's well made. It's well shot. It's semi-historically accurate. I'm really the word semi is doing a lot of heavy lifting.
It's doing a lot of heavy lifting because whenever I talk about it with Mark, he's like he loves that time period of history. So like he's very accurate. He's like, this is wrong. He hates the movie just based on how historically inaccurate it is.
Right.
And disregards the story completely.
Oh.
But what is kind of cool about it is, and this again I think goes to Phoenix's performance, is in sorry, hang on, quick quick sidebar. In that period of time, his father, Marcus Aurelius, was the last of this reign of what we call the good emperors. And they were good because they weren't picking blood relations. They were picking the most qualified person to succeed them. And you had just a whole like series of like 5 or 6 emperors who were all really good, really proficient, really smart, still brutal, but you know. And Marcus Aurelius fucked it all up by choosing his son, Commodus, to be his successor. So now when you go in and watch that movie, you're like, oh yeah, no wonder this was a terrible idea, right? So, but anyway.
I mean, according to the movie, he picked Maximus.
Well, yes, I know, and that's where I believe a lot of the historical inaccuracy comes in, because I do not believe
that's where Mark loses
his father. So.
That's where the movie loses Mark.
Clay? Yeah.
Or is it from the beginning, or like that wheel was not invented until okay. Jeff, where are you at with Gladiator?
I mean, it's no Robin Hood, but it's pretty good.
You mean no Robin Hood Man in tights?
Yeah, Robin Hood. Yeah, I'm not even talking about the Russell Crowe Robin Hood. Yeah, I'm talking about.
Oh God, that's right. He did one too.
Yeah. I really like it. So it's interesting because for me it falls in like it's kind of I don't even know if this is accurate, but for me in my head it falls in between like Braveheart and Troy as far as like like Braveheart is like the original like historical bloody gory epic kind of thing. And then this kind of follows in that footsteps. But then Troy is a little overblown for me, like it's too big, you know. It almost delves into like MCU territory by how big it is, kind of, sort of.
Which is funny because they made Troy more realistic by removing all the god aspect of it from the area, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, because they but I really enjoyed it. I think it's really definitely. I think when I saw it when it first came out, I was like, good movie. But for me, it's kind of grown like better over the test of time, kind of with that. So yeah, I enjoy it.
Well, I mean, and look, I'm not gonna put people in a box, but this feels like we have kind of a new Barbenheimer thing happening semi-organically, because we have Gladiator 2 and Wicked coming out the same weekend, and I'm like, I'm gonna go watch both. But I'm gonna go watch the one for the boys first, right?
Wicked.
I don't know. I didn't care anything about Wicked until I started seeing like the marketing and how excited people were. I kind of know the story of whatever, but it looks good. People are loving it, so like I'm very excited to go check it out.
I've been like walking around my house all week going, whoa, whoa, like everything.
I actually keep
open the fridge.
Popular. But I had to go watch Gladiator first. I mean, you know, like that was just. I feel like a lot of people that are going to the first few screenings of Wicked are very excited and big fans. And if they start singing, I don't want to.
A lot of singing in the theaters.
I will say, if you want to sing, they're going to be sing-along versions to Wicked. So, you know, maybe save it for that. I want to hear Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo sing. No offense to your singing talents. But
I've heard they've been doing that because people are breaking out into singing at every screening, and they're like, no, look, you need to go see this one. All right, like some people don't want you to sing.
Well, and I thought it was weird when somebody started singing. What is it? The other song? What is the song at the end? Defy Gravity.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right. Okay.
At the end of Gladiator 2. So
what? Nice.
I was just kidding.
I'm on board.
But it feels like, I don't know if you guys went to the movies when the Beyonce concert was out or the Taylor Swift concert was in theaters. You could hear the concert in whatever screen you were on because it was playing next to it. But all right, Gladiator 2. No spoilers or anything. I really enjoyed the movie.
But is it worth having a sequel of a movie that in no way needs a sequel? or even deals with those characters.
But how many forced sequels have we gotten?
Yeah, true.
Well, I do hear it is. I mean, there is a reason for its sequelness. Like some of those characters from the
there
first
is.
movie
Okay.
Yeah.
There's
So-
everything I feel kind of fits into the story. I myself don't think it diminishes anything about the first film. I think it's very well done. Denzel was cooking. Like, I mean, we talked a little bit about Denzel last weekend. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I don't think it's as good as the original one, but that's a really high bar. But the fact that, you know, Ridley Scott came back, almost 24 years later and said, let's do it again, baby.
You mean the studio said, we've got enough money, we could get Ridley Scott back.
We can get you Denzel. Oh, okay. Well,
Marvel's got Denzel money now, so I'm excited for that.
I know. I'm excited for that too. But yeah, so yeah, I highly recommend it, and I'll do a full review on the channel later on.
I hear there are sharks in this one.
There are no tornadoes though, just sharks.
No tornadoes, but
that's not historically accurate. There should be sharknadoes.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen from the trailers. I didn't know you could flood the Colosseum.
Yes, that actually happened. Actually,
which is like the Romans were on some other bullshit when it came to like just engineering and stuff, right?
Yep, and spectacle.
Although I will say, thinking about everything, I feel like a lot of the Roman accomplishments came from the people that they just acquired into their empire, right? So maybe it wasn't all. Yeah. So saying the quiet part out loud here on this show.
Whoa. You mean if people look into the history of NASA, they would find out we acquired some people and that's how we built our space program?
Yeah.
Arnim Zola is an astronaut or
acquired people, or did we sneak them out of their previous regime?
You know,
I will say my hope is because just thinking for it, because a lot of rich people are awful, is basically the crux of all this.
Yeah,
I do hope that we see an influx, like a spike in billionaires getting in janky subs to go find aliens at the bottom of the ocean, and they just keep going down there and getting whatever happens.
Is that what those people were doing? I thought they were going to go see the Titanic.
Well, they were going to go see the Titanic, but I'm saying now that we know there's more to see down there.
Oh, that's true.
And there's technologies to be had.
Yeah. I hope that they, and this isn't really a spoiler, the opening credits are like this canvas painterly retelling of the first movie.
Oh.
Akin to the Spider-Man films with Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
Just no Alex Ross art. It's more painterly. I know, dude. If it was Alex Ross art, it would be even better.
Then it's just scribbles.
Yeah. So I hope they release that without all the credits on top of that'd be cool to see. And it does make me want to go back and I don't want to rewatch Gladiator before going into it because I know how much I love the original film. So I don't want to dilute the experience, compare it straight on. So, but yeah. As far as everything else that I watched, I watched the first episode of Dune Prophecy just to stay into like this whole big stuff. It's really good. Especially I've only Duned with Denis Villeneuve.
Oh, really?
I've never read any books. I mean, I've read a little bit of comics, but the main thing has really been the Denis Villeneuve films.
If they don't use that sentence as like a quote on the back of the Blu-ray release, I'll be really pissed.
I want the tagline for Dune 2 to be "Dune it to me one more time."
Yeah,
excellent.
But it's very well done. I think it's set 10,000 years prior to the movie, so like you don't even have to watch the movies. But if you know what's gonna eventually happen, kind of like with House of Dragons, is like, okay, like how do you build stakes from that? And I think they kind of have for now. So it's only 6 episodes. It's only gonna be 6 episodes, so like it's pretty much like a real like the same length as the 2 movies.
I was gonna say it's like a short Dennis film, Dennis Villeneuve film.
So what you can do is wait 6 weeks till it's all out, and then just have like a 12-hour Dune off.
Ooh, that's tough.
I wonder if the Dune fan base has. So like this story takes place like a bunch of time before the first Dune. Are there going to be people who are like? I'm sure there are. I want to hear the controversies about people who are like picking it apart, who are like, like when that Jedi movie or that Jedi TV show came out, and they're like, but they didn't know the Sith were out there. Like they were finding all these like little like whatever. So I want the Dune people to come out of the woodwork and be like, sandworms were just sand puppies back then. What are you talking about, or whatever?
Yeah.
I don't know enough about Dune.
I mean, I think setting it 10. I think that's why everybody in Star Wars wants like Knights of the Old Republic stuff, because it's so long ago that you could really have anything can happen in 1,000 years or however long it's been since the Old Republic, or since that time. So having a buffer of 10,000 years before Timmy Chalamet is born. That was just for Clay. Like it really gives you a buffer zone. So I recommend it. I'll probably have videos on that too for the channel. If you're not watching Day of the Jackal on Peacock, you just don't like spy thrillers.
I'm intrigued by this mainly because I never liked him in that role for the whatever the fucking Harry Potter movie is.
I like him in that, and I don't like him in anything else.
Yeah, I know. And so seeing him play this role, or at least in the trailer, I'm like, I may need to check this out.
It's very.
But this is like the third remake of this movie, though, I believe.
Oh, really? Oh, I've never heard of the Day of the Jackal. I knew it was a book.
Oh, really? Oh, it's a classic 70s movie.
Yeah, okay. and Bruce Willis did a remake with.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, does Bruce Willis like wear makeup and stuff, or did they take that off? Okay, that's intriguing. I might need to hunt that down. Really?
All right, Day of the Jackal with Bruce Willis next week.
Well, not next week. Let me finish this series so I don't get spoiled. And it's already been renewed for another season, so I don't know if there's more books. I imagine there is. I feel like these type of books, like they just continue to write them until like nobody buys them anymore.
Yeah.
And then the last thing. Oh,
sorry.
The last thing I watched on Netflix was the first 2 episodes of A Man on the Inside. That's the Ted Danson.
I'm so excited for this.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I feel like I should have just binged it instead. I mean, I'm trying to. I guess all episodes are out. It's only like 6 episodes at 2, and they're short. I just didn't get a chance to. But Ted Danson's just he's just so Ted Danson, like, but it's fun. It's a funny premise. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to finishing it. It's just I didn't get a chance to because I started last night. So that's about all the stuff I watched. And everything else I probably made a video on the channel. So make sure to go check that out. So Clay, you got a lot of things, and it feels like you're giving a nice transition from Halloween to Thanksgiving. So how about catch us up?
Well, November 13th was the great Tom Atkins' birthday, so we celebrated by watching The Fog and Night of the Creeps.
The remakes, all right. That needs to be a gift. That's how your face just dropped.
Well, and then the silent muttering.
I will though that is a great segue into a remake that I did enjoy. That's not good.
Right.
Salem's Lot 2004 with Rob Lowe was long enough to be like compared to the book. Like everyone loves Stephen King books because they go into the town, you learn about everyone there. And then the TV show was a miniseries, so it was able to go into depth into all the characters. In 2004, TNT rebooted it with Rob Lowe as the main character. They figured out a way to really show him as an author by having him just read some of the stuff from the book, and give him and set up the town. So, and plus it's longer. It's I believe it's like 3 hours. They ran it for 3 nights. It's not good. Like it has so many, like it's stumble and fall, but it's like that early 2000 remake vibe, like they all, that I enjoy, not the stuff that you like to watch, not the Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot. Like this, I don't know what it is, the vibe of the whole thing, but it's Andre Braugher, it's Rob Lowe, it's like great actors doing great stuff, but like the town seems to like kind of disappear all at once too. Like there are parts of it that are really good. It's like the whole atmosphere of the film I enjoy. The story's just not 100% that great. Like there are things they miss. There's like a doctor who's having an affair with a woman who they supposedly had gone to high school together, but later in the film they just referred that she's 19 years old and he's older. And I'm like, how do you miss a plot point like that? You know? We revisited, or Shelby got this from work. We had never seen Village of the Damned. And so we watched a double feature of Village of the Damned and Children of the Damned. Ooh, Village of the Damned I've been missing out on. That was a really good, creepy kid film. Totally worth checking out. And for those in the know, that is kind of the inspiration for the cuckoos in X-Men. Grant Morrison used the cuckoo idea from Village of the Damned.
Oh, that makes sense. Can I interject with a quick tangent since you brought up children? I saw on TikTok or online somewhere that theaters are putting up signs. Please do not cheer when you see the children die in Sonic 3.
Please do not cheer when the children die.
I think there's a scene where they recap something that happened in one of the earlier films, which I don't remember one of the kids dying. I don't think they died, but like, you know, like that's kind of the, so like people they're putting up signs, and I don't know if there's a real sign or not. I saw a couple posts about it though, and I was like, that is insane. A little funny because, you know, kids are creepy, but not in a Sonic movie, like, you know. Yeah, Josh, you're muted, but that was a great laugh.
Yeah.
All right, back to your children of the corn or the damned.
We also borrowed another older movie called What a Way to Go with Shirley MacLaine. Yeah, Shelby picked it up just for the cover of the DVD. It is weird. It is Shirley MacLaine basically dating celebrity casting throughout this movie as they die and she becomes richer, and it's just a collection of weird stories. But one of the gems of that DVD is the teaser trailer, because we've had teasers that have been like, hey, this movie's coming out, and it gives you like a little bit. This teaser was like 3 minutes long of her with the actors basically being the actors not in character, who, yeah, that's exactly why she picked it up. She's like, I want that outfit.
Who wouldn't?
But yeah,
great, that's a great Wicked outfit too. If you got to go to see Wicked.
Yeah, I mean, like that whole lineup, that whole cast of guys is just different people she marries. It was a fun movie. It was really weird, but it was one where I go to the special features and I'm like, oh, all they have is like theatrical trailer and teaser trailer. But the teaser trailer was pretty funny to see how they sold movies back then, because it was just them saying, hey, I'm doing a movie with Shirley MacLaine and we're going to make out. And that's pretty much it.
Paul Newman, Robert Mitchum, Dean Martin, Gene Kelly, Bob Cummings, and the chimney from
Dick Van Dyke.
Oh, I didn't want to say it because apparently that name gets you demonetized.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh
like even bigger channels have addressed how they can't say that name.
Oh my god!
I guess YouTube grabs it and it's like, I mean, it's kind of a creeper, so I get it.
Can we just start to refer to him as Jake Paul's next rival?
Listen, Josh, we already covered the Tyson fight last week. If you missed it, that's on you. All right, save it for your blog.
That's an insane cast for that movie, though.
Yeah.
It's an insane cast.
Yeah, you wouldn't think like some of those characters would or some of those actors would be like supporting characters in these movies. But yeah, she's the driving force of that movie, and just walking around in bikinis and just doing, you know, that Hollywood stuff of the 60s.
Yeah, but it's like old bikinis.
What was she back in the 80s? What was she? She was the psychic Shirley MacLaine. She got popular for doing psychic stuff or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, she put out a book about like heaven and ghost, and she had this whole idea of the afterlife that she put out, and people just called her crazy. And it's like everyone has opinions. Everyone's crazy. Like she just wrote them down. Get off her nuts. Jesus.
Wait, what was Lydia Dietz like based on her? From Beetlejuice?
Oh
no, but that's very timely.
It is very timely. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Shirley MacLaine could have been in Beetlejuice because she would be perceived that way as that kind of character that would fit in with that family.
How much older is Shirley MacLaine than Warren Beatty? Why is that the first thing that here? That's on the Google questions about Shirley MacLaine. It's only 3 years, by the way.
Yeah.
All right.
Just a quick couple of holiday shows. Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, which is oddly on Apple. It sucks that Apple owns that, and it used to be like an annual thing you could go watch.
I think they let PBS use it. That was the agreement. They'll stream it as well. They'll still allow PBS to air it whenever it's time.
Peppermint Patty's a Karen. I mean, she's kind of a bitch. She calls and invites herself, invites Marcy, makes them say grace, and then bitches about the food. Peppermint Patty is kind of a bitch.
She knows what she wants.
I guess, but you're inviting yourself to Chuck's Thanksgiving. You're inviting your friend Marcy to Chuck's Thanksgiving.
She definitely grew up to act for the manager. Yeah, I agree.
Trailer Park Boys Christmas special. This is done. This is like done in like I believe season 6 or 7 around there. But it's the origin of a lot of the stories of the Trailer Park Boys. So if you're a big fan of Canadian comedy and the Trailer Park Boys, this is a home run. This is just a great. This is actually a great place to start with the show if you've never seen it because it begins everything, but you can also go back and revisit it. Worst movie of the week: Shark versus Ninja.
Oh, I was nervous because I saw your list. I was like, "What hasn't he talked about?"
We made it 15 minutes in, and it is just really a brutal, sad movie of old-time Japan. It's like they're setting it up like Yojimbo. Like we're gonna hire this guy, and he's gonna defend us from a shark, but the guy that's brutalizing the town is so mean, and they are just so brutal to this one woman in the first 15 minutes. I had to turn it off. Like that's how it's like no shark for a long time. Like, but I was out at that point.
Spielberg said you got to save the shark till later.
Well, yeah, but they put in a lot of brutality before that.
Well, I believe if you had kept watching, you realize they left a word out of the title, which is it's actually a loan shark. And it really just kind of brings the mood down even more.
It got missed in the translation of the title.
Yeah, right.
He's coming.
And by ninja, they just mean the food processor.
Yeah. they could. There's no word in Japanese for Vitamix. So,
but the best movie I watched this week, Transformers 1. That was so damn good. I can't wait to really go in depth and talk about it a lot more when we do a show on it.
Yeah, we'll do a full show when it hits streamers so that more people are able to watch it.
I think it's on Paramount Plus now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Oh, is that how you?
Oh, is it? Okay. No, I watched it on Plex.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I saw it on Paramount. I know it's on VOD.
Oh, okay.
But we'll do a full show on Transformers. Maybe we can get Kyle back.
And what's great is in the middle of Transformers, it becomes Dune. Like it has the whole Dune plot.
Yeah.
As part. Yeah. Like Josh doesn't believe me, but wait till you watch it and you're like, holy shit, they just became Fremen.
Are they replacing Spice with like Energon? Like what's going on? Oh, all right. Well, I called that.
And Timothy Chalamet's in it.
Oh no, play. Look, it'll get views, but we might get taken down.
Dude, it was bad enough to suffer through Chris Hemsworth trying to be Optimus Prime and then doing the really bad impression at the end. Like it was just.
Oh, Leonard Kim confirms it's on Paramount Plus. Thanks, Leonard Kim.
Yeah, so we should watch it soon and talk about
Josh,
it because it is interesting. The voice choices are interesting, but Team Megatron, wow, love his whole arc and plot and voice and everything about him.
He's very good. He's very good.
And Steve Buscemi when he shows up.
Oh yeah,
perfect casting.
I don't know where too, but I loved it. So yeah, I don't know, Jeff, have you seen it?
No, not yet.
Okay, so yeah, if you guys watch it in the next couple of weeks, we could probably do it before Christmas.
I will try. Can I just for like 10 seconds gripe about the Paramount Plus app? Please. Why will this app not fucking load? It's not loading on my phone. I can never get it to load on my TV. I have to like either reboot the entire TV or go into the app settings and like force stop it, clear the cache. Like it is such a piece of shit. It has been on this screen now for like 30 seconds. That's I just want to check for Transformers 1. What the fuck, Paramount Plus?
I do notice that you're not trying to watch it on any Apple devices.
I'm not.
Where I've never had any issues with the Paramount Plus app. So,
Roku.
It
works on Roku.
Yeah, it works on my Samsung TV.
Okay. All right.
So it sounds like user error, Josh.
Probably.
All right.
Josh isn't even on Paramount Plus. It's on Promamont Plus or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Josh just clicked on an ad for Paramount Plus while he was on Tubi.
Like a still ad.
Yeah.
It's an ad for the logo. Why won't this load?
The Bruce Willis Jackal movie is available on Tubi.
Okay. Like I said, I think I assume this first season is gonna cover. You know what? Just leave it on. We'll check on it throughout the.
I know exactly.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it once. I assume this first season is probably gonna cover the first thing, maybe. Or like I said, I don't even know if it's based on the same book of the series, whatever. So, okay. Clay, any other movies, TV?
Nope, that's it. I believe.
Josh, before you start, I want to ask because I don't see it on your list, but I know you were maybe looking forward to it. Did you watch St. Dennis Medical?
Oh, I watched that.
No, yeah. I need to.
Okay, all right. Well, it's on.
It's good. Okay, because we need another show to watch now that all of our Frasier wrapped up this season, and all right, St. Dennis Medical.
It's still finding its legs, I think, a little bit, with the characters. But if you like Superstore, you're probably gonna enjoy this too.
Although I didn't like American Auto, that one just never clicked for me.
Yeah.
I was in for another season if they were gonna do it, but it was mainly the rich guy. He was really good.
The same guy from Superstore.
Yeah, and then the CEO, what's her name? She's also really funny.
She was good too, and it had some funny ideas and moments. It just felt like it never gelled. Yeah. And I don't know if that was like the cast or the subplots or what. But
it felt like they were setting up a love story, and it feels like they're doing the same in St. Dennis Medical. And I already don't like the dude. So it's like you got a lot of hills to climb for me to make this guy likable.
And the thing that bugs me is that worked in Superstore because I felt like it was central to the whole concept, right? You can't take that as a template and just apply it to new settings each time. So
that's what it feels like.
Oh, damn. All right. Well,
but I will say, David Alan Grier is so good. He's the best part of that show, and that's Wendy coming off of Goldberg's. Wendy.
I can't also remember. From Reno.
Reno, yes.
Yeah.
She's great. Her character is very interesting. I'm very curious how her story's going to go.
I really like the surgeon too because he was really funny. He was the pharmacist in Superstore.
Yes, and Sandra,
that guy. I love that guy. Okay.
I love that. I love. Sandra
I hope she gets a bigger role too.
Yeah.
More involved with everything. Okay. All right. Now go ahead, Josh. Now that I've interrupted you.
No, it's fine. I just froze. I don't know why it keeps doing this.
I never freeze.
Okay. There we go.
Paramount app.
So I don't. Sorry, can you guys hear my wife in the background with the vacuum?
No.
Okay. I don't have a lot. I'm way behind on my comics. I haven't gotten them this week. I do just want to, again, give a shout out to this beautiful Colleen Doran Conan cover. I even paid for the one without the title.
The trade dress?
Yeah, thank you, because I just wanted to enjoy it. But I have watched a few things. I watched, let me see here. So again, apologies if I brought any of this up. I can't remember the last time I was on. We rewatched Clue because our daughter had never seen it. And god damn, does that movie hold up? Just so great. And I really wish, because I have always admired the concept of releasing it with 3 different endings, and whatever theater you're at, you get that ending. I always thought that was such a cool idea. And I was reading somewhere afterwards that apparently just it really like kind of killed it, like it bombed, like nobody liked that. Yeah. But as a kid, I just thought that was such a cool concept, right? What better way to release a murder mystery comedy and kind of like playing the game where you don't know what the ending is, and you go and you get this ending. And then I could totally see the like, the higher up CEOs or whoever being like, oh, this will, everyone will go see it 3 times. We'll make a killing. So, but yeah,
more endings.
Yeah. Such a great movie. If you've never seen Clue.
What is the standard ending that you get when I don't know how you watched it on DVD or.
So basically anytime on DVD or streaming, they give you all 3 endings. So the first ending is, well, I don't want to spoil it, but you get the first 2 endings, and then they set up the last ending by saying, but this is what really happened. And so they do kind of set up like a canonical ending, but it still kind of works. But I would have loved to have just gone to the theater and caught some random ending. I did not see it until home video. So
I saw it in the theater.
So what ending did you get?
I don't remember.
Can you imagine if that happened nowadays and we all come back from watching the same movie and we all talk about the different endings?
Isn't that amazing? And they didn't tell anyone, so it just becomes like the Mandela effect. We're like, no, that's not the ending of that movie. I saw it. It's this.
Yeah.
But anyway, Clue is great. Also watched. Did I bring up? I watched Last Voyage of the Demeter?
No. I'm excited to hear you talk about it.
Okay, it was good. I really enjoyed it. I felt like it kind of got a bad rap, and I don't know why. I don't know why people didn't go see that or hated it. My main complaint about it is, and it's a very subtle complaint, because you go into the movie knowing this. It takes what in my mind is like the second best part of the novel Dracula and then gives you the backstory to it, which is kind of what makes that part cool, right? It's the mystery of it. And the thing about mysteries that's beautiful is you want it to remain a mystery. And this kind of fills in those gaps. That said, the Dracula in this movie is just, so it's like almost body horror at a certain point. It is really fucking creepy. The cast is great. I thought it was really weird because I did not realize David Dastmalchian was in it. And and it just, after having just watched Late Night with the Devil, he must be just a super horror nerd. Like, I was reading in the trivia that apparently he lobbied to get into this movie because he had taken a treatment with the same basic premise to like a studio. Be like, would anyone want to make this movie about the voyage of the Demeter? Like, well, we're making it. It's like, oh fuck, I want in. And it's great. It's very dark, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I think in particular with the new Nosferatu coming out, I think it'd be like a perfect kind of, like, if you took a Saturday and you watch the original Nosferatu, you watch Shadow of the Vampire, you watch Voyage of the Demeter, and then you watch the new Nosferatu whenever the hell that comes out, right? That would be just a brilliant weekend binge. And
then Monster Squad.
Yeah.
Monster Squad, yeah.
How did you watch this movie if your Paramount Plus app doesn't load?
I actually bought it on DVD and
because it is on Paramount Plus.
It is, yeah. Okay. But no, I bought it. I found it cheap. I think at Target or something and just bought it. So
just trying to make sure we keep it. I like to fact check my panelists.
Physical media
okay,
for the win.
It's doing this now.
That's great. You're almost there. You're halfway to watching something, which is hilarious because you're not gonna watch anything on your phone. We're
right. Yeah, I know exactly. I'm literally just trying to check if it has Transformers 1.
Your phone's gonna be like, please plug me in. I'm running out of battery here.
It probably will. And then just 2 more quick things. Again, I don't have a lot to share, but this is very random, but for an extra credit assignment for my Art History 1 students, I decided to make them watch 1986's The Name of the Rose, which is based on the Umberto Eco book. I've read the book. I love the book. Many people love the book. This is not a good adaptation of the book, but it's a totally fine medieval murder mystery. Come for Sean Connery killing it. He's really good in this movie. I have to give him credit, even if the Scottish accent's a little off-putting at times. Very young Christian Slater as his assistant. F. Murray Abraham doesn't show up until towards the end and has very disturbing eyebrows.
Conchu.
So,
what did Murray Abraham do to you?
I think it's just more the design of the character, the makeup artist. I don't know. He shows up and you're just like, is that F. Murray Abraham? Like, why are his eyebrows weird? Maybe I'm just used to seeing him older, but the person that absolutely kills it in this movie, to the point where when he first showed up, I was like, that's not who I think that is. It is Ron Perlman. It is Ron Perlman playing a hunchback monk. And he is so fucking good. He just absolutely, just steals the show every time he's on screen. He is great.
I would say he's our generation's Lon Chaney Jr. Like
when you see this makeup in particular, yeah, very much like he's just recognizable enough that you're like, and he's very, I would say when you see him in this, he's very clearly riffing off of Chaney. Is it Chaney Sr. that did Hunchback?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. He's clearly riffing off that because it's so great. Yeah, really, really good. I really enjoyed it. I had it on over here while I was doing work because I just had to prep this assignment. But no, it's good. There is a very, very graphic sex scene about 45 minutes in. I just want to warn you about. So FYI. But anyway.
Now, for anyone that's not any of the 3 guys that are here, this is Lon Chaney Jr., just for the reference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clay said that, I was like, what?
The OG werewolf.
You've never heard that name?
What? Now that I've Googled him, I know who he is.
Okay. Let me state something. When I would read comics as a kid and I didn't know something, I would look it up. So if the kids are following along and they don't know who Lon Chaney is,
that's why I did
it up.
Right? So they don't tune out of the show to go look up Lon Chaney Jr.
But look up Lon Chaney Sr.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That was his son.
You don't hear anybody named Lon anymore.
I know, right? Is it short for something? London?
There's that guy Lon Harris from Scream. What's that? What's the YouTube channel that does the honest trailers?
Oh,
Leonidas?
Leonidas.
Leonidas?
I don't know.
Right, Lon Chaney. Yeah.
No way. Wow. All right.
Cool.
Learned something new today.
Or Crichton Tull Chaney, known by his stage name as Lon Chaney Jr.
Crichton, like Michael Crichton?
Yes, Farscape reference. Look that one up, kids. It's a great show. They use that to make Guardians of the Galaxy.
I wish we had an X-ray like on Amazon Prime Video where you could just scroll up and it'll tell you what did he just say?
Yeah.
Who? How do I watch?
It is a cool feature. I have to give him props.
I do love an X-ray.
And then just finally, and I just watched this 2 nights ago. My daughter, who growing up, I would just find just the most random fun shit for us to watch that I thought she would enjoy. And so one of our shows we liked when she was, like a tween was Ranma Half, because that is such a great show. It's a really interesting exploration of gender and just kind of gender identity. She kept saying, she's like, Dad, there is a remake of it on Netflix. And I would go and look, and it looked identical to the point I'm like, I think this is just the original on Netflix. She's like, no. So finally 2 nights ago, she's like, come here, watch. And like, we started it, and it was like widescreen and new voice cast. But here's what's interesting. And I think this is always such a tricky thing to do. The first episode, which is all I've seen, is basically a shot-for-shot remake of the original first episode.
Yeah.
But they somehow pull it off. Like, it's just updated enough that it works. The voice cast is great. I don't think it's the original voice cast, Andy, is it? I didn't think so either. But, I mean, they're really just, like, riffing off the original American voices. It was phenomenal. So if you've never seen Ranma Half, we were kind of going through the season, and it looks like it's just going to follow the first season. Like, it didn't look any different than the original. But if you just want kind of updated animation and stuff, it was great. It was really good. We were just laughing our asses off.
And the real quick, because I grew up watching Ranma Half, and so when I saw this, I was like, "Oh, this is great."
Yeah.
But I've only also seen only the first episode. The premise is this boy moves in with a family that they have 3 girls, and the boy shows up. He's supposed to marry one of them. I think they get to choose. I believe within the family they get to choose, but they find out that this boy, when he gets wet with cold water, he turns into a girl, and when he gets he gets wet with warm water, then he turns back into a boy. So that causes shenanigans. Also, his dad turns into a panda when he gets wet. So yeah, it's a, but like Josh said, and going into this, obviously as a kid, I didn't really think much of the whole exploration of gender identity. But rewatching it now as an adult, especially now in this year, like I'm like, are they gonna how are they gonna present that? Is that gonna even matter as part of the
right?
Which I don't like. Part of me was like, if they don't even address it, I like that, because it's like, yeah, it's just kind of normal.
Yeah.
But also they could address it and talk about it. So either way, yeah, I'm excited to watch more. And the animation does look great. Josh is right. The characters look very similar, just like more updated animation, like the look of it and the widescreen of it. So yeah, I'm excited to go through it. I would watch that and then Dragon Ball Z like at night. So like that was the programming back in the day. So
I love it. I'm glad you said that about, because as it was going on, I was almost like, does this still hold up? Right? Like, does a show based on a manga originally written in the 80s about gender identity by a female creator, does it still hold up? And I think the fact that they didn't change anything tells us yes, right? Yeah. Like, they did not feel like they had to update it for current gender politics, because it was kind of ahead of its time with gender politics, really, really, so good. It's so good.
Now, obviously, this is from a point of view of 2 guys. So, So if you have any other thoughts, please let us know in the comments. We have a different point of view. As diverse as we try to be here at Next Issue Podcast, we have limitations as to the people that that are on the show that are available Saturday mornings. So, all right, where are we going next? Josh, was that it? You said no comics?
No, that's it.
Okay, cool. You should go to the comic shop though. There's a lot of good stuff waiting for you.
I've got a big stack here of just everything I haven't read.
We'll go back around to you then if you want to.
No, it's fine.
Jeff, let's go to you, and you can start with the watch and lead into the comics, and that'll be our segue.
Perfect. I've been Hallmark movie watching most of the week, which is not very memorable because they all kind of run together. But
yes,
there's one, I don't remember the title of it, but just real quick, it is very obviously influenced by Citizen Kane. And it's a weird time travel romancy kind of thing, but it is, you can tell whoever wrote it was definitely a fan of just the idea of Citizen Kane, because there's a lot of references and just like names that are dropped and whatnot. It's not about Citizen Kane at all. It's just kind of loosely based on the idea of the making of Citizen Kane. But what I did watch this week is I did my first, and I'm going to watch this movie about 4 times before Christmas happens, but the Muppet Family Christmas television special. You can find them on YouTube. Nobody airs anything anymore, but it's the one Christmas special that has all of Jim Henson's creations together. So you get the Muppets, the Sesame Street Monsters, and the Fraggles all in one setting. And because all those properties have been licensed out to different entities now, you're never going to see it streaming, or you're never going to see it again. But it is on YouTube, so and it is like one of my it's up there as far as my Christmas specials that I watch every year. So it's that Charlie Brown Christmas special, just a handful of others, but I did watch that for the first time this year. Highly recommend, by the way.
Was that like the end game of the Muppets?
Yeah. Universe? Oh yeah. Way before the MCU. Seeing there is I have it on DVD. So what's weird about the DVD, because it was only, they only did a small run, is that the DVD is actually missing a chunk because they also have Muppet Babies, where they introduced the Muppet Babies in this for the first, I think it's the second time. But they but it's not in the DVD portion. I guess they didn't have the rights for that at some point or whatever. Mm-hmm. I don't know. My favorite parts of the show are they do have a Muppet turkey to show up for the Christmas dinner that they're going to cook, and he's an alive Muppet turkey, and the Swedish chef is going to cook him. But the turkey convinces the Swedish chef that he would be better off cooking Big Bird because Big Bird's a much bigger animal.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So good stuff all around from the Muppets.
Do you get a Kermit saying like Muppets assemble?
Yeah, something like that. Exactly. There's a whole dark moment where he's by himself. Kermit is, and then Fonzie's like, on your right, Frog. Yeah.
people.
I have not read a lot of my comics this week, but I did go pick them up. But what I have gotten to read, it's Jeff the Venom War special. I thought the Venom War stuff was all done, but it doesn't matter. But because it's Jeff, the land shark, who gets swallowed by a venom symbiote, and then has hijinks adventures. Good stuff. This is from Kelly Thompson and Giver Huru, I think is how you say his name. I know I butchered that. I also read Ultimate X-Men, or Ultimate Spider-Man rather, number 11. Black Cat is on the cover, but she only has one little tiny box dedicated to her. I really love this book because it is Spider-Man just like the world that he lives in, kind of, sort of. Uh-oh.
You're freezing a little bit, Jeff, but I think we got you back.
Yeah.
Okay. Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah,
but maybe not. Jeff, you want to pop out and back in?
All right.
All right. Well, Jeff gets back to us.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Jeff gets back to us. I'll talk about Ultimate Spider-Man a little bit because I also picked that up and I read it. This is the penultimate issue of this arc. Black Cat is a new version of Black Cat. There was already a Black Cat in the Sinister Six. This is a very exciting book. This was not done by. This was a different artist. This was what's his name? Dennis. Here, I think Jeff's back. Let's see.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. Oh, there you go. Jeff's back.
Yeah,
this one's done by David Messina as opposed to Marco Cicchetto. Yeah, wait. Is it? Yeah, Marco Cicchetto.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Marco's coming back next issue.
Yeah, he'll be back to close out the arc.
And Spider-Man has like a little Santa hat. So it's gonna be a Christmas issue, so that's cool. Exceptional X-Men number 3. Yeah, yes. Number 3. Great book. I like it because it's a lot of, again, it's more talking than it is action, but it's good stuff. Beautiful Wonder Woman cover here. Wonder Woman number 15.
That is a nice cover. Wow. Who did that?
It's Saint Pierre, probably. Daniel Saint Pierre.
Okay. He's back doing the interior art. Great stuff. Such a fantastic run.
The Sovereign really messed up. That's all I'm gonna say. The Sovereign really fucked up, and they pissed off Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
So it starts here.
I do love that they're using all the Wonder Women, I guess, as it were. Things I have not read yet. World's Finest.
It's pretty good. It's the conclusion of the Eclipso arc, so make sure to get to that whenever.
Oh yeah, it's at the top. Godzilla Skater died number 5. I think this is the final issue of this, maybe. The newest issue of The Moon is Following Us. The newest issue of Jenny Sparks. The newest issue of Action Comics.
And then Batman and Robin. Action Comics are killing me.
I know. Epitaphs from the Abyss. Gotta get a lot of comics. Black Cloak.
Just gonna be reading all weekend.
I know. I got Daredevil. I do like this Daredevil run.
That's a great cover.
I did pick up I really like this I Heart Skull Crusher. I know Danny, you started reading it I think a while back.
Yeah.
It's cute.
I'm trade waiting it, but yeah, I'm excited for it.
Oh yeah, I had that on my list.
Yeah, I thought Josh would like this. This is a New Mythologies by Tim Lane. Crazy artwork on the inside.
I had the first issue. It's great. I love it.
Look at that. Ha 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 ha
ha. That's everything.
All right. Cool. Let me go through my stuff so we can get into Clay and then move on to our main topic. All right. So let me start with the stuff I did read. One of the best things I read this week, and I can't really recommend it as far as like I don't know. I picked up Ice Cream Man issue 42. And it's a great issue, but it gets pretty real. So if you're not, I mean, it even has a gigantic trigger warning.
Okay.
Like the Ice Cream Man, the team tells you your mental well-being is more important than a comic book. But I was like, not mine.
I feel like Ice Cream Man always skirts.
Yeah,
Ice Cream Man comes close to skirting that.
This one just gets a lot more real when I'm talking about like real world stuff. So, yeah, if you're not in the right headspace, maybe don't. But I read it and I picked these up because even though I'm behind, I knew this was kind of a standalone thing. I just love when creators do something different with comic books, even if it means like maybe venting out their own frustrations and talking about things that are important. So like I got a full video about it. It's not really a review, but I talk about that stuff more in detail. So if you want to go check that out, but yeah, Ice Cream. This book is something special. I think just overall too. Like it's like kind of an anthology, but not really because there's still like a larger story being told all throughout these issues. So yeah, Ice Cream Man, Team Ice Cream Man. They are fantastic. Also in new number 1, we have The Question, All Along the Watchtower.
Whoa.
Almost got that.
The tagline for this is "Who watches the Watchtower," which I was like, this is hilarious. But I'm surprised this came out before the new Justice League, because the whole premise of this is that Rene Montoya, after being fired from being commissioner in Gotham, the Justice League recruits her to kind of keep to guard the Watchtower, like to be the sheriff at the Watchtower as they kind of regroup everything. So, which means that they know something's a little amiss there. So this is really cool. I really like this book. I thought it was very enjoyable. I think I might like this. I might like the Rene Montoya version of The Question more than Vic Sage.
Nope.
Maybe I just haven't read the right Vic Sage stories.
You have not read the Question Quarterly by Denny O'Neil. And
I definitely haven't. So
that right there, that's the shit.
It's really good. But I do love The Question from the Justice League, which I know it's based on the Vic Sage stuff. So
yeah.
All right. My favorite comic this week, though, and Josh, maybe you want to get this and read with your daughter. TMNT Naruto number 1.
Interesting. All right.
It is amazing. I can't even think of another time where we've had a collaboration with manga and in a comic. It's really good. It fits in with the world. Especially, I'm a fan of both properties, but like Naruto is one of my favorite manga ever, and in anime. So yeah, that was really cool, and they had some really cool variants. So I picked up a couple more. Surprised that they didn't pick up more, but I might find some other cool stuff. But yeah, this is really fun. The fact that you can get these manga characters and they feel like the characters that they are, but it all works within the world of TMNT. So that's really fun. Here's some other books that I haven't read, but I did pick up. Like Jeff, I picked up year one, Epithets of the Abyss, which I'm looking forward to reading. This is the last one I think of this one, and then we're gonna go to. I think Cruel Fantasy comes out in January, the new anthology.
Yeah.
Power Fantasy, the Kieran Gillen, Christian Ward book. Oh, sorry, Casper Wingard. This continues to be really, really good. I haven't read this issue though. I picked up a blank G.I. Joe cover because I'm probably heading to the Dallas Comic Show after this.
Oh, nice.
So we'll see. The new Moon Knight anthology, the new Moon Knight, actual Moon Knight book, Fist of Khonshu.
Yeah.
Batman Full Moon. I haven't read this one, but I'm excited. This is another glow in the dark cover, so can't wait
Cool.
I need to go charge it.
Just keep that ring light on it.
Yeah. We talked about this one, so I picked up Moondogs #1 from the Horizon Experiment. Jeff and I talked about this last week. This is the Tulalo takeover. But yeah, that's about it. Cover. Feels like not a lot of comics, but I feel like I did read a lot this week. What else? I did read. I haven't read anything in advance, but after this, I'm probably gonna go read TMNT 4 that comes out next week, so I can make a video for everyone else. So, but yeah, that's about it. Clay, what about you? Where are you out on comics?
Doing a reread of some of my favorite books, and went back to Moon Knight, the Charlie Houston run. His first 2 volumes, went back and reread that. First one, I remember really great, stands up well. Second volume, I guess I didn't remember as well because he's kind of like, the story is not as strong as the first volume. So it's like, I may be revisiting this again, but just reading the first 6 issues. Gotcha. Houston sets it up great. It's a very pulpy action start to Moon Knight, and it goes back through his history of the characters he's dealt with, where most have kind of had very unhappy dealings with him. So he's very alone at this point. So, and then they kind of rebuild all the characters and get to tell you again about Gina and Frenchie and what their lives are like now. And David Finch art, which is fantastic. He does great job on Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Spider-Punk. I had never read this, and so this is Battle of the Band. Now, I remember you guys just raving about this, but I think this is the second miniseries from the Spider-Punk universe. Okay, yeah, because y'all were raving about this. This one's like just okay. It introduces a lot of other characters. It's really, to me, more style over substance. I enjoy the look, the feel, everything about the story. I mean, the story's just okay. Like everything else, though, makes you keep turning the page because everybody has a cool look. Now, granted, when they call everything punk and the majority of the people have mohawks, I get kind of tired. Like that's the only concept of punk that you have in this book, and it's so much more than that. But I also do read it in the animated voice in my head. So that's a fun book.
The original series, it's a little bit more about the anarchy aspect of him and trying to overthrow I think it's Hydra or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of the government. So yeah, but it's a fun character nonetheless, I think.
Yeah, it's a fun world. I like what they're doing in it. I just I want to find that first volume and read that because you guys were so excited about how good that was. So
yeah, I like the first volume. I never read the second one. So
okay. All right. So Josh, did you have any comics you want to show us? I know you haven't read anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just point out. So from last week, of course, I got Transformers.
Oh yeah.
Haven't read it yet, but I did pick up G.I. Joe #1, Batman Dark Age.
That one's done, right?
I believe this is the last one. Yeah, issue that was 6.
Yes.
Continuing also Gotham by Gaslight, Kryptonian Age, Helen of Windhorn. Anyone else read? I haven't read it yet. Calavera PI from Oni.
No, but I specifically added that to the folder because I figured you would want to read it.
Exactly. Yeah, totally. Which I haven't even read yet, but I saw this like, oh god, that is my jam.
That was sorry, quick, Josh. That was the last issue of Helen of Windhorn too.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Shocked me, yeah, because I did not expect it was going to end, and it just like and done.
Which is kind of weird for Tom King. I mean,
at least for now. He said that was the first arc.
Oh, did he? Okay.
He could do more if they. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's every comic. They could do more, but
true.
But he specifically said that was kind of the closing of the arc for now.
Well, speaking of Tom King, I was at Half Price and they had some of these, and I realized I never finished reading it because of the great Comixology fiasco, and that is Rorschach.
Hello.
So I picked up this hardback. And I'm excited to finally complete it. I think I only read the first 2 issues.
I love that series. It's so good.
Yeah,
especially because Fornetz's art is just magnificent.
I know it. Oh, and I remember it again from the first issue. It's just like, God, it's good, but it's unique, but it also clearly references Gibbons' work on Watchmen, right? Which is, I think, such a tough thing to pull off. So
yeah. Okay, cool. Well, is everybody ready to move on to the main topic?
Yeah, let's do it.
Now, Josh, I think you might have sent me a few other links prior to me exiting and coming back, so you may need to resend those. I have anything from 10:22 a.m. forward. I have
everything from 10:22. Okay.
Yeah. So if anybody sent anything before that, maybe send it again on the chat because when I stepped out of the studio,
you lost the chat.
Yeah. So yeah, sorry, Clay. You too. If you sent something else. But in the meanwhile, Jeff, do you want to tell us a little bit about what we're doing here?
Yeah, sure, totally. So this is going to be our Thanksgiving episode. Thanksgiving is next week, the American holiday Thanksgiving, where we give thanks for stuff. Normally, everybody's going to talk about what they eat. Thanksgiving is a big eating holiday, turkey, whatever, blah, blah, boring conversation. Last year, we talked about our Thanksgiving floats, our favorite Thanksgiving floats. So I don't want to repeat that. But I think what an important component to Thanksgiving, one of the most important components to Thanksgiving for me growing up was getting all the Christmas catalogs. I remember the newspaper was always super big, super thick on Thanksgiving Day because it would always have the Christmas flyers. And I would take a Sharpie and circle the hell out of everything that I wanted so I could show my parents so they could take pictures of it and show their parents, my grandparents and aunts and uncles, so there would be no confusion and people would be getting me socks or something stupid for Christmas.
Or like generic army men, and you're like, I want a
generic army man. Yeah, exactly. So you got to be really specific with parents. So I thought it would be fun. I found a website that has a bunch of old catalogs. I thought it'd be fun if the four of us went through some of these catalogs, taking a look at some of the things that we would have circled. I'll tell you what, if you want to make this even better, you guys can give yourself a budget of like, I don't know, $200 and tell us what you would buy with that.
Oh man. I would have gone apeshit as a kid.
Yeah.
Because these things are far less expensive than I remember. Although that's in 2024 terms, not 1983 terms. But
before going into that, before spending all our cash, Clay, did you do something similar? What are these? Are you familiar with these catalogs?
Yeah. Like as a kid, we always got them, and the whole front part is packed for stuff for the adults, but the back part of it was like kids. And then I believe they eventually just had a single wish book that was just for kids. And so I would just go through and circle like everything because when I I saw like Star Wars figures start to come out because of the Sears catalog. So I could see like it wasn't just like buying an action figure and looking on the back and you go, oh, there's like 12 more coming. You could go look at this catalog and see all the other stuff that was ready for pre-order. And I believe they even had stuff that wasn't even ready yet because Star Wars listed toys in 76 before it even came out. So you could even like see the toys for a movie that wasn't even out yet that we haven't even caught the buzz on.
Just all the spoilers.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, what's an Ewok? What are these little tiny bear things? What's going on? Because they previewed like Chief Chirpa and oh god, the other Ewok action figure that came out early on.
Who's
so you literally got teasers to some of the biggest movies, like when the Hoth set was coming out, you had no idea what that was going to be in Empire Strikes Back because they had a whole Hoth play set.
It's sort of like when McDonald's released the Red Hulk toy before.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I think I still have Ruth, and I don't know who Ruth is, but this was the action figure that I got in my Happy Meal.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, Josh, what was your?
Oh yeah, 100%. We got these things, and it was always a joy for my brother and I to sit down and you knew to flip past the black and white pages in the middle, because only after that did shit get good. Otherwise, it was just clothes and boring stuff.
How often did we swing by the women's lingerie though growing up between certain ages? Easy Sears catalog, easy.
I'm thinking these are probably even before I was even interested in lingerie. So
what page is that?
Yeah.
Just look at all the links I sent.
Yeah, exactly. Like, whoa, NSFW. But
this is next issue after dark. Somehow at 11 in the morning.
But yeah, I was trying to find. I have, and I'm sure it's wrong, but in my head, I have an indelible memory of the page where I first saw Masters of the Universe toys.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I feel like it was like a whole, like in my brain, it took up the whole page. And it was like Castle Grayskull and all the figures. So I was trying to find that page. I don't think it exists. I think I found the closest thing that I remember. And I can't wait to talk about it because I think it's just kind of funny. But in my brain, it just zoomed in on the Masters of the Universe stuff. And this is pre-cartoon. This is like the first time it was ever out. And I was just like, I want that. And I got Castle Grayskull and He-Man that year. So
wow,
nice.
Yeah, which is odd because we usually never got big play sets. It was always like just the figures, maybe the vehicles, but to get Castle Grayskull was like, oh my god, this is amazing. So
okay. Did you ever do anything like this? I mean, you have a bit of a different upbringing than we do, so
that's a ton of Pokemon cards. Leonard gets it. So no, I did. I mean, I was aware of these catalogs. So I didn't grow up here, and in Mexico, we didn't really do Christmas here. Like it's like there's no Santa Claus or anything like that. I didn't meet Santa
Papa
Claus.
Noel
Came over, or maybe I was just naughty every year.
Why do I keep getting coal?
Yeah, right.
Right.
We had the Three Wise Men, but that was closer to January 6th. So like we would put out our shoes and we would get stuff. So yeah, I don't really. I mean, I never did anything like this where like going through the catalog and stuff. So I kind of went to a couple of years that I'd be like, oh, maybe there's some stuff for me growing up there that I would have been interested in. And I definitely had a lot of toys. I just don't remember opening them. And then by the time we moved here, which was like in '98, I was a little older, and like because my family did they opened all the gifts. We still do. We still open all our gifts on Christmas Eve, like at midnight.
That's
like
what my wife did too.
And we do all that. Like I was like, wait a minute, if we're all up and we're opening all our gifts, when is Santa dropping stuff off? So after doing some detective work, I was like, hold on. This is I live in a world, I sit in a throne of lies. So yeah, no, I mean it's kind of a bummer, but yeah, I never did this. I remember getting some cool stuff for Christmas when we finally moved over here. Like usually it would come in I think I've talked about getting my N64 in that plastic case seal thing from Sam's, which is like a bundle.
Yeah.
I got it with the Donkey Kong game and the bongos and stuff like that. Usually a lot of stuff that it was for me and my brother because we're only 2 years apart, so like they would get us a whole lot of stuff at the same time just to get bigger stuff, I guess. But yeah, that's kind of about it. So we have some pages, and I'm gonna try to show everything off here. I have everything grouped in different tabs. Now, Clay, did you send any links?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh yeah, here I see it. Okay. Just want to make sure I have everybody's stuff kind of open. Let me see if I missed any more from you. Because I only see the one page.
Yeah, I just said one page.
Okay, got it. All right, we'll start with that then.
Yeah.
And then we'll kind of move along.
Okay.
This is interesting. What you sent is actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, because this is I guess this might have, when did Bob Ross start?
Oh God.
Oh gosh.
Sometime in the 80s, I thought.
Well, then
1952.
Let's see here. Does it say when
Here we go. So this is
I know what this is. Oh my gosh, I love this.
This is Clay's page.
Yeah. So this was a paint set you could get back then. I mean, it looks incredible. Like you could just go full Bob Ross on it, but it just looks kind of like a very fancy paint by numbers type.
Huh.
But like, look at all the like what you're expected to create once you buy this.
Right.
I mean, this is the best ad for this kind of stuff.
So it's like a page that has kind of the image already on it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just supposed to kind of fill it in little by little.
Yeah, just paint it with the paints that they give you.
How much
you
is
will
that,
be
Danny?
an artist.
But but you're doing all the like the shading. I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't magically do that for you.
All right, then go to the next page. It'll show you more like art supplies and stuff.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. There was no price on that one.
There it is.
Oh, here? Is it this one?
They're the kits.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, 1 through 10.
Yeah, so bad. Like $7.85? $7.99. Yeah, so you had like just these different oil paintings and stuff that you could get. Go to the next page. I want to show something that I found that was pretty neat because I had never seen this before. Something that competed with the Ouija board that's up in the upper right-hand corner.
Yeah.
Play the psychic with the games of mysticism for $6.
Zaria.
Yeah, this was like, I guess, a knockoff Ouija board from back in the day.
So
and it's weird that those would compete. Yeah.
I had one of those magic sets. I think I got it in like second grade or third grade.
Oh yeah.
And
then you have like down in the bottom right the fortune teller.
Oh yeah.
For quick context, $7.99 in 1976 is about $45 today.
Okay, that's what I've been trying to figure out. And I just want to make a point about these things as we were looking back through them. Most of these catalogs up until about the 2000s
were full of white people.
Are over 600 pages long.
Yes.
And predominantly color photograph. And in my brain, and I'm probably wrong about this, we're often on shiny paper.
Yeah.
What is the return of investment on printing these things?
It must be huge because even when you're reading older comics, you can look and find old ads for shops that would send you a catalog of what they had, but you had to pay for it. Yeah, or you had to send a self-addressed stamped envelope to get. So,
but these were free, right? You didn't pay for these.
I believe they were free.
That's what I thought. That's what I remember too. Like they would just come in the mail.
Yeah.
I think
or you could go to Sears and get one.
I was going to have you stay on that page, Danny, because if you go 2 more pages ahead, you'll see the comics material that we would get back as kids.
Yeah, I'll bring it back here. Let's see.
1 more page. The next one.
I want to be a kid farmer.
Hello.
Yeah, this would be the kind of comics related toys that would be available. Like you'd have these 2 things and that would be it. And Batman was the biggest, so you never got like anything that would have I mean, you would maybe find a Superman logo on something, but like Batman was the toy.
Well, I mean, but this is the era of Mego figures, right? Like, so you could get a Batman or a Superman figure.
Or
yeah, but you that was it. Like you weren't getting any other DC character.
Right, yeah.
Dang, $35? That's like that's $200.
70. Wow.
Yeah.
The Bat vehicles. Is that what that it's called though? The show's called Bat Wheels.
Bat Wheels.
Yeah, let's see. What else?
You know what? I would say worth it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Now I want to build an adult size one.
Can you imagine being the poor kid that just got the stop and go signal? Like that's it.
Mama, I don't want to play with the gas pump.
Oh, poor
All
kid.
right. Anything else, Clay? Do I keep going here?
I say keep going because you find like just the amount of stuff that they would put in here because they would put in all their inventory because like you wouldn't just see like the best bikes, like they got fucking unicycles.
Who was the kid on a unicycle?
Unicycle.
Yeah, like 3 different unicycles to choose from.
Oh, what is this? Bike accessory. Oh, make your bike sound like a motorcycle for $5.97.
Yeah.
Or just put in a playing card between your spokes and
or a baseball card, yeah.
Or a baseball
but
card.
how much is a deck of cards? Where are you gonna get a card from?
Yeah. What?
Oh my god,
that poor kid.
A pogo?
That bouncing thing that kid is jumping on. I had one of those. Me and my brother had one of those, and man, we would just jump off the furniture onto that thing, and until it popped.
This one here,
yeah.
Okay, the Jumpin' Jiminy, which doubles as a summer accessory for the pool.
Sure. If you had a pool,
and you can get it in 3 foot or 4 feet.
I wonder how much a pogo stick costs today.
Well, according to this, probably like $250. Oh, especially if you want one that'll make you go upside down.
Yeah.
Oh, I had one.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, I definitely had a Punch Me Clown, but not.
Yeah. Oh man, I always wanted one of these.
Who would want to punch Batman?
The Joker. Robin, Jason Todd,
Clayface,
Glow in the Dark Nerf,
Alfred.
We had that. We had a Glow in the Dark Nerf.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. All right,
so I got to step away, but those were some of the things that I found that I really loved. I mean, like I said earlier, I was into action figures, so I would just go to the Star Wars page and circle everything. I don't remember seeing the superpower stuff from Super Friends in the catalog very much. It was always only Star Wars figures.
I have a page of one.
Okay, cool.
All right, let me see. Let me go to. I don't know who. All right, well, you. Oh yeah. Clay's gonna step away for a second.
Do you need me?
No. Go. I saw you drop. I wanted to acknowledge it. Let's go here. Oh wait, let's do the window. Second. Did somebody say Dukes of Hazzard?
Oh.
Well, we know where Josh stands on the whole thing.
Look, I just want to point something out, and this is page 2 of Dukes of Hazzard material in this catalog. This thing was huge, and I can't express to you how weird it was.
Oh, yeah.
That flag was just on so much product in the 1980s, right? This is what, 83?
This one's from 82, yeah.
82,
I'm pretty sure I had those action figures.
I had that, I had that car, the General Lee, and those 2 figures. I had like a Dukes of Hazzard birthday party in like 2nd grade, I think. Yeah, it was everywhere. And it feels so weird today to think about,
Yeah. I mean, this one jumps though.
I know. And
The
that
card
bowl. And look,
Just like
even
little
down
boys.
at the bottom right, the bowl and mug to eat your Fruit Loops out of.
Oh wait, they didn't
Is
even
that
have green in the Fruit Loops back then.
Is that a punching bag in the middle where you get to punch
Yes.
the sheriff or whatever?
It's Boss Hog.
Boss
Boss
Hog.
Hog.
And then there's Sheriff Rasco Pico Train's best friend. Our dog was named Flash because his dog was named Flash.
Really? That's funny.
Yeah.
Flash is only $6.99.
I know. Which
about
today,
$25 today.
it's so expensive.
Not how much a plushie is.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what else.
Now this one I like because hang on. Don't scroll yet. Just look at the top left. You have Haunted House, generic Haunted House. It's Universal figures.
Glow in the dark.
Old West, which they don't even name as the Lone Ranger, but then you have generic Western stuff on the right. Mysterious Castle in the middle, and now scroll down. This is the year this came out. Masters of the Universe. Look at the weird ass logo. It's like they borrowed it from Flash Gordon, and this was the year this came out. This would have been the first Christmas with Masters of the Universe, where basically all you could get was Castle Grayskull, He-Man, Skeletor, Man-at-Arms, Beastman, and that little
Orko?
No. That's the cartoon. That hasn't even come out yet.
The tiger?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Battle Cat.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like this was the year. This was magical. This was the Christmas I got this.
The Universal monsters are pretty spooky for a child, I think.
Oh, they were. I mean, from the 1970s into like the early to mid 80s, they were everywhere. It was a huge revival of kind of Universal monsters. I wish I'd been into it as a kid because I would have had so much more of this stuff, but I didn't.
And then we have Zorro, the Lone Ranger.
Fake Zorro.
What's his name? Tonto?
Now, the thing that is funny about, I distinctly remember, and I thought it was Mandela Effect, and it's not. There was a Lone Ranger movie like in 81 or maybe this year of 82, and it was a massive bomb. But there were toys that came out, and I think those toys are from that movie.
Oh, okay. And then this is a Dungeons and Dragons, like official Dungeons and Dragons diorama.
Yep.
And then this one's a Raiders of the Lost Ark diorama.
Oh, I missed that. Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, because I guess by then that would have been the Raiders of the Lost Ark is what, 81? 80?
Yes, 81, I think.
All right, let's see.
We should look up how much some of this stuff is on eBay now.
Right.
All right. I'm sorry. I clicked on the next one because we do get a little bit of Star Wars micro collection.
Oh, yeah. No, totally.
Which is
fun.
Very cool.
Totally. Yeah.
Oh, so you had to buy each of the action figures separately. Oh, man. They really made you spend that cash.
They really did. I remember.
So I've always wondered this because, I mean, inflation and all that stuff is hard. But I wonder if our parents paid more on like the toy stuff because it was more like you had to buy piece by piece by piece by piece, as opposed to nowadays it's like you have to buy a $500 gaming system and then each game is like $80. So it's a weird like trade-off of like how much, like it's like the upfront cost to buy your kid something, a game or toys, so much larger now. But back then it was, they just kind of nickeled and dimed you throughout the year of just buying action figure after toy set after action figure after toy set kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I guess you had to send me the next page, maybe. Okay, here we go. No, I clicked.
I love this. What is that?
This is So this is another, like, I find it interesting how they group these things together because they're like, we clearly don't know how to market this stuff. Like the name brand, right? That'll come pretty quickly. I think by 84, we start seeing that 84, 85. This was also, I went to the next year to see, did they make a bigger deal out of Masters of the Universe? And the answer is no. So but I am pretty sure that you can't see my finger, that central shot right there, I think that's the image I've had in my brain. because I loved it so much when it came out.
How did they make it fly?
You can see just a little bit of a string, I think, above the guy's head. So good. Look at that Skeletor outfit. Oh my god, it's amazing.
God, that'd be awesome to get as a kid.
Around the house and that shit, just amazing.
All
now,
right,
I'm pretty sure I had that set.
This is one page.
Oh yeah,
I would have I'm spending all my money on this.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have at the top Superpowers, which were a huge success, right? I mean, that toy line was around for years and years and years, even to the point, and this blows my mind. I don't know if you guys remember this, but towards the end of this line, when Batman 89 came out, the official release of the figures were in Superpower packaging. It wasn't even a separate package. It was,
oh, wow.
You went to the store and it was in the Superpower package, but it was very clearly Batman 89. They had Batman, Joker, and Bob. And I had Batman and Bob. And again, this is 89. So I'm like, good Lord, I'm 14 at this point, right? Like I am not a kid anymore. But I just thought it was so weird that is how prominent this toy line was, and they kept the Superpower packaging for it. I'll try and find a photo, but man, look at that set. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's so cool. And then scroll down and you have the Secret Wars toys. And this, I remember the first commercial for these and thinking, finally, we're getting some Marvel figures, right? Oh, it was amazing. I was an immediate like, Mom, Dad, I have to have all these. And they're like, nope, you can have you can have 3. And I think I ended up with Wolverine, Iron Man, and Spidey.
That's probably the best choice here.
Yeah, I agree.
Doom was great. The Doom figure was great.
Doom was good, and I always liked Kang, actually.
Yeah.
I will say the problem with the Doom figure was, and I just got the issue where they do this, is he was in that weird modern outfit. He had no cape. It was just like the robot stuff.
Oh yeah.
And they actually had to work that into the comic. So okay.
I love me a GoBot.
I just clicked on it. I don't know if you send me this or not, but I clicked the next page just to go.
No, it's fine. I had a weird love-hate relationship with the GoBots because it aired in the morning before I went to school, and my mom loved to make fun of the theme song. She just go GoBots, 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 like all the way to school. They were never as good as Transformers, but I had forgotten that one in the middle. Sorry, if you scroll back up, the standing one that turns into that cool like spaceship car thing. I had forgotten that existed until I came across this page, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I either had that or had a friend with that, and I loved it so much.
That's
that robot forgot leg day.
Yeah, it just topples over all the time. Excuse me.
Transformers here, which I feel like I had maybe not something later on, but I definitely had a Transformer. Although it feels dangerous to give a child these here.
Man, I tell you.
Now, are these die-cast metal? Are these the early Transformers that were?
That's okay. I'm glad you know that because I remember them being metal.
Yeah, they're plastic now. But I was at my friend Sabrina's house this week, and she has a ton. She has an entire closet just of Transformers, in and out of box, Gen 1, 2, 3. I mean, she's got like all the different versions, but the die-cast metal ones are always just the best looking ones.
Yeah, they are, and
they still retain their sheen and stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
They
don't say die-cast here, so I don't think so, Clay. No, because these actually transform. I don't know that you could do it out of metal like that.
No, they did that.
No,
they
have the first ones that came out, were metal.
So they're like little parts that are metal. Like they're it's a combination of plastic and metal.
I feel like the actual like the parts that you were transforming were metal, which made them durable, whereas the outer skin was plastic.
I'm a little lost on links, but I'm gonna skip to this one.
Yes. Now I brought this in only because me today would have gone apeshit for this page, but me as a kid, I just D&D was something I was always tangentially interested in, but never got. because it looked so inscrutable to my young mind. Like I have to read this like 200-page black and white book to like understand how to play this game, but the concept of it looked amazing.
But see, I had the books, so I would just read the books and had no friends. So I was like, imagine if I had friends I could play this with. It would be so fun.
which is kind of me buying role-playing games today, honestly. So.
That's why Clay loves Stranger Things.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that a plushy dragon at the top of that page?
Which one?
It looks like a toy.
It is a toy. When you buy the poster with the golden dragon, you save $2.
Oh,
this
is a poster exclusive to Sears. I was gonna say Target. Jesus, Sears. How much is the golden dragon? Is $15.
All right.
And the poster's $3. So you pretty much get the poster for free.
Right. Yeah. Makes sense.
All right. Let me.
And your child will be a Satanist for the rest of their lives.
You sent a few links from 1990. Let's just for time's sake, I'm gonna skip over to Jeff's stuff.
Yeah, that's fine. Please go ahead. I'm trying to think if there was any particular.
If you have one that you really want me to look at, send it again.
No. I think that was it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, there was a G.I. Joe one, but it's fine. It's no big deal.
No one likes G.I. Joe, anyways.
What?
Jeff sent the weirdest one, I will say.
As always.
So I'm gonna start with.
Not wait. I am
some of the funny stuff here. I'll ease you guys into.
Oh yes.
I have never had one of these, but I've always wanted one. I don't know how. It might be just like 5 minutes of excitement.
No,
and then I'd be done with it. But
it's just like
this looks.
I had one that wasn't as complex as this. It is way more than 5 minutes.
Oh yeah,
because it takes like 3 hours to put it together.
Yeah, no, that's true.
If it had a ramp, then it would be like 5 minutes. It's basically because they would stick into a little slot.
Yeah.
And when it would jump, the slot would have to make it on the other side for it to continue to work.
Yeah. And if it didn't, I mean, and they'll still, so I have a buddy now that just got back into this. It's like it's gaining traction. No pun intended.
Pun intended.
Yeah. And he's been he has built in his garage, like a massive one of these. And when we go over, we play for like 30 minutes. I mean, we're just like, yeah, so
if I had like one of those ET, like in ET, they had like a little separate little shed kind of thing. Right. I would totally, if I had something like that, I would totally deck it out with something like this. I love watching like Hot Wheel track races on YouTube or marble races and stuff like that. And my mind just like itches something in my mind that I just love. Like,
how much are those sets now?
So this Pro Tour Challenge JCPenney exclusive 68-foot track is $89.99. Back in '89, it is now would be worth around $229.
That's not a bad deal at all, honestly.
No, that's true. I mean,
I don't know how many. It only comes with 2 cars. It looks like, yeah, 2 Corvette style cars, and then the next thing Jeff sent. I think
yes.
I love a good
sleepover. Are these for sleepovers? Are these sleeping bags, right?
Yeah, these are sleeping bags. Yeah,
yes, slumber bags.
So first off, we need to make these for adults.
Friends.
Yeah,
look at me. I have friends. Yeah. They invite me to sleep over.
Well, you don't have to have friends to pretend to have friends.
All my friends pretend.
Yeah. I think it's just great. I think they should make print sleeping bags for adults. I would totally buy one of these.
I feel like my parents wouldn't buy me this one, the video movies one with the weird art. Video Madness, I mean.
I would want the ninja one or the airplane
Everything
one.
Else.
What's number 5? That's a candy, right? Isn't that like Pop Rocks or something?
Oh, maybe Video Madness. Maybe. What did you?
Oh no, I have no idea. Then I don't know what.
It looks like it could be. So, I'll probably end up with the little dog or the unicorn just because they ran out of everything else. All right, let's see.
What else we got? I don't know. Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Is this from the Halloween catalog? What's going on? Why is
this isn't the Christmas catalog? This is the Christmas catalog.
McDonald's or the Spider-Man?
I think they started publishing them earlier each year as they got more popular, so that you would see stuff like this in the ads for Halloween. So the thing would be ready like in September.
Who would? I mean, look. No offense to parents. Who would want to dress up like a Big Mac with their parent? Oh, okay. But wouldn't it make more sense for your parent to be the Big Mac and then you be the fries or something?
Yeah.
Why would you sell me two?
Yeah.
Why would you sell me two fries? Mess them up.
Or maybe it's one of the two cheeseburger deals.
And now, look, this baby fries is adorable.
Now, look, if I had gotten that Spider-Man outfit, it would have never come off. I would have been running around as Spider-Man 24/7 until the age of 13.
Until it just disintegrated over your body.
I'll be like Hank from Venture Brothers.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. Look at that shirt.
I love this.
There's no way any kid did this.
There's no way any parent bought that for their kid. I'm just telling you right now. They were just X'd off. Like parents are like, nope, fuck no drum sets in the house.
All right, let's see. Now, Jeff.
So if you scroll down to the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
There's the comic books.
That.
I just saw the world notes. I was like, what the hell, Jeff?
I just did the same thing Josh did. I just pointed at my computer screen like you guys could see. Yeah, but see that X-Men box there. So my parents actually got me this kit. And this is how kind of sort of my comic book collection started, with that collection right there. Letter D. It came with that box. That's very specific box. I don't remember what poster mine came with. It wasn't an X-Men poster though, but it came up with like 25 comics, and yeah, that's how I started collecting.
This
comics.
one says 15 out of print comics. So
maybe it's 15. I don't remember what it was. I think there were two different bundle packs.
That Pee Wee Herman outfit. Oh my god!
I didn't even see the ninja there. Wing.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
I gotcha.
All right. Let's see, Jeff. Did you send anything else that I missed?
I don't. I just grabbed the most random things that I could find and just.
All right, let me pull up this one. So mine are a little bit newer, from 19. Although Josh sent me something from 1988, which I'm gonna show as well here, which is cool. Let me see.
I was just trying to see what toys were like when I was in grad school.
So I was looking first, and I was like, all right, let me start in 1992. And I know for a fact, like, why even try anything else? I would have wanted the Game Boy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Could we have afforded it? No, because I had just gotten a Super Nintendo, maybe like in whenever, like a couple years after it came out. I was always behind on the consoles.
Oh yeah, same.
And then let me put up. This is what Josh sent for 1998. Never stopping with the Star Wars.
No,
they run out of characters, as you can see, because who wants to buy a Mon Mothma?
I feel like these came back when they did the re-releases, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then this one looks cool though. The X-wing.
Yeah.
With lights and sounds. 20 inches long. That's pretty big.
What is that R2-D2? What does it get sticking out of it?
It's an electronic remote control R2-D2, so you can move it around with this.
But you have to stand like 3 inches away from it.
Yeah. It's it doesn't come with the 2 AA batteries that you need and the 9-volt. So that's 3 batteries. Can you imagine trying to get 3 batteries when you're a kid?
You had to pray your parents bought them for you for Christmas.
Yeah,
Day.
You had to make sure that you knew where to get them out of the house. Like if you had the 9-volt, easy, right? Fire detector.
Although ironically today that's even harder, right?
Yeah.
You can probably find the AA way easier than the 9-volt. So
and the AA, I would just check the remotes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And my dad would come home and the remote wouldn't work. And like, yo, what the hell? Hold on. No, I want to start here. This one.
There we go.
These are the kind of toys that I would get.
Oh man,
Batman the Animated Series was pretty cool back then.
Neon.
But it was all like these neon colored like characters. They had run out of outfits to put Batman in by the time I was buying them.
Wait, is this why your generation craves things that are so dark now? Is because you grew up when it was just so much color, and now you're just like, oh, can I get some black and white stuff? Can Batman be angry, please?
Maybe. I did have an armored, not like these, but I did have these like an armored Spider-Man. Let me go back here. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Smash and slam.
Let's see what else. This one's from 1999. Of course, the prequels are coming out. So I would have wanted some Star Wars stuff.
This makes me think of like the old laser tag for whatever reason. Those old laser tag vests and stuff. That was stuff that I wanted too.
And all you need is a white sweater to be a Jedi.
A Jedi.
And then,
sold separately.
Oh, here. This cursed Jar Jar Binks.
Jesus. Can you imagine someone still having that today? And it's like in their closet.
Like,
I would bust it out all the time.
These are masks, so you're supposed to put these on.
Right.
Yeah. I would imagine it's also disintegrating by this point, maybe.
Like those.
The inside of that mask is like the worst smelling thing you could ever imagine, probably. What else? Got these. Then. Oh, these are cool too. I had a lot of cars, little Hot Wheels. Even these. I didn't have exactly these, but these were cool.
Do we have any Hot Wheels sets, like tracks from this time? Did the tracks get
I don't
more
know that
or less elaborate?
I always wanted a title, but never won a belt.
It was really dressed like a football player.
Had a trampoline. What time is it? Oh shit. All right. Well, I mean, as you can see, we can probably spend all day doing this shit.
Yeah. It was a happier time because we were children.
That's right. We didn't have to worry about all the horrors of the world. That was somebody else's problem.
That's right.
Now it's our turn. Nah, just kidding. Not it.
Not it.
It'll be
Jeff,
Josh.
you have to be the adult, or Josh.
Yeah, but Josh is gone. I'm gonna hold off until as soon as Josh sits down. I'm gonna be like, not it, and then it's Josh. Although I guess I just technically
He'll be like, what?
That's right. You're in charge. I mean, probably the most adult out of the four of us. If I had to put somebody on there,
he's the professor.
That's right. He misses stuff because he goes out and does stuff with his family. So like,
that's right. Hello, Professor.
He's got to take people to the airport. He's got to drive kids around. We're just deciding who the biggest adult is, who the most adult is in the group.
Oh.
Because you're in charge of the world's problems now.
Oh, okay. Hey, before we wrap up, can I show you the most cursed?
Yeah, please.
The weirdest toy. Okay, so for the Gen Xers in the room.
You want me to step out?
No. Here's the thing I find so weird, or I guess that best explains our generation, right? Because we were born at a time where kids' media was in a very weird place and kids' toys were in a weird place. And then we lived through the 80s when like it all kind of like synergized, right? And it's like you had name brands and cartoons and ads and toys and related media. So it's like, and I'm saying all this because I have a vivid memory of receiving this one Christmas. I would have been in kindergarten or maybe first grade. And I was super excited about it. And I played with it all the time. And as an adult looking back, it's the weirdest fucking thing I can ever imagine. And it is, let me share my screen. Screen.
I'm ready for a jump scare.
I know. It is the MASH military base playset. Did anyone else have this?
No. No.
Please, you can pretend that you are in the middle of the war.
Yes. So this is how popular MASH was. I remember my parents let me stay up late to watch the last episode because it was such an event. But I got this for Christmas, and I vividly remember that like vinyl like mat and laying it out. And then you got all the tents and the buildings, and then they got me some action figures. So I know I had Hawkeye and I think Radar. I mean, this is so fucking weird.
Does it have the woman trying to keep the chicken quiet?
Exactly. Such a weird thing. I mean, look at so badly made. I remember. I think I broke one of the. I mean, look at that. Like, it doesn't even fit together anymore. It was made from like the thinnest plastic in the world.
Did they have a Corporal Klinger in a dress?
I think they did, actually.
Well, I think they're just trying to keep it authentic.
Oh, in the beds that you would put in the hospital. I mean, yes, please. Can I play soldiers dying during the Korean War? Let's really do this. So weird. And yeah, I feel like it's such a great example of why our generation is great. So I had to share that.
Alrighty.
I would love it if we had like a Thornbirds play set or something like that.
a Roots play set, like
holy shit.
I know.
Why do I feel like that exists?
Oh God, I hope not. Anyway, I just had to share that. Sorry.
Thanks for the cheer, Josh. All right. Before we get out of here, and Josh, drop if you guys want to. Jeff and I want to talk a little bit about a book. Dark Horse sent us a book called Welcome to Maynard. This is a book by writer James Robinson, which is the reason I suggested it to the team, because James Robinson, like Starman, with art by J Bone, which I feel like you guys are also pretty familiar with. Colors by Ian Herring, letters by Jim Campbell. In this book, the Maynard is a hotel unlike any other. A place where every guest staff member has magic in their veins. It's a hotel for magicians, witches, and otherworldly beings. It's also where Philippa Pip begins her first day as a hotel bellhop. What a job.
Yeah.
And a trainee house detective. She's immediately sent on the hunt for a magical hotel thief whose daring thefts are part of a much bigger mystery that could turn deadly at any moment. And that's just one of many challenges that she faces in the new magical hotel. So, Jeff, do you want to tell me a little bit about what you thought about this book?
I was surprised when I read the book, then I went back and reread the description. Let me backtrack. The artwork is fantastic. The story is a little confusing compared to the description. Like, I don't think I got out of the story that she was a junior detective until
I don't think that's stated yet.
Yeah,
because she talks to the detective and she chases, she gives chase, but I don't think that's stated just yet. That's probably just like they had to get a synopsis put together, right?
Yeah, that might just be part of the synopsis. So so that part kind of, when I went back and read the synopsis, I was like, oh, I don't know if there's stuff that kind of alludes to it, but I don't know if I necessarily picked up on that 100%.
Yeah.
I think it's a very solid. There's a lot of world building at the beginning of this book, which I think kind of slows it down a little bit. But I think it's a very interesting premise. I think J Bone's artwork is very. If you like that kind of cartoonist artwork,
this is the J Bone cover, the main one.
Yeah,
I know I've read something by him. Sorry.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. I don't know if it totally hooked me with the first issue, but it would be enough that I would like flip through it when it's in trade or something to maybe see how it goes. I'd flip through the second issue to see how it's going.
Now, what made you recommend? Because you're the one that I was going to suggest this one anyway, but you messaged me about trying to read.
Yeah, for the same reason. Like I like James Robinson. He's an older writer, so there's that as well. So he's like a writer from he's got that kind of 80s, a lot of he doesn't do the I forget the extended storytelling. He's like really, wordy kind of sort of. But mostly the J Bone artwork. I was really excited about the Bone artwork.
And J Bone, I can see that did a little bit of Archie, some of the Spirit, the Batman audio adventures, also some Betty Page. So yeah, pretty much anything that some of that old styles comic looks like, and that's kind of what his art style really. I think it really brings that to light very easily, right? That it's both cartoony, but it also gives you that. I'm saying this is a compliment. It reminds me of Darwin Cook a little bit.
Yeah.
In that style, that same like old school style, and even Chris Samney. We saw a cover by Chris Samney as well. It's just that whole aura of creators that kind of do give you that old school feeling, but it also feels a little modern.
Michael Oeming kind of sort of.
Oeming too. Yeah, we just read the one about what is it, like a friar raccoon? I forget that name. I forget the name of the book.
William the something or another.
Yeah. So, I enjoyed it. I think obviously growing up with Harry Potter in the world, like a magical hotel that only wizards can see, hidden in the city, it's kind of like, okay, that feels fun. Pip is an interesting character so far, like very out there, very outgoing. But I'm a little intrigued about the relationship with her partner, because it seems like she may have her own secrets that might come up later on as well. So yeah, I thought it was a first good issue. I do think, like you say, Jeff, this to me will probably read better as a collection, just because you'll get a full arc.
Yeah.
Also, you definitely get the fit because it's a mystery. There's a mystery. There's a thief in a hotel, in the magical hotel. And I read it. So I read the first reading, went back, read it a second time. And the second time, you kind of realize all the characters they're introducing. It's almost like it's a mystery. So they're like, oh, it could be this guy. It could be this guy. It could be this guy.
It's like the first few scenes of like, a Benoit Blanc or
exactly,
the Orient Express type of
Poirot kind of.
Yeah. Poirot. What? Last time I was at a hotel, I didn't spot the detective. I don't know if what do you guys think that they did away with the hotel detective?
Oh God, I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah, I've never been at a hotel that has an in-house detective.
Yeah, that concept seems so funny to me. Because there was an SNL skit recently. I think it was when Ariana Grande was hosting, about a hotel detective, and it was kind of like this whole Twilight Zone twist thing, whatever, that everyone was a hotel detective catching the other person.
I honestly only first learned of the concept from the Elvis Costello song and the They Might Be Giants song, and that's it. I never knew of it before then.
Yeah,
maybe that's if anybody's looking for a job. Apparently, there's not enough hotel detectives out there.
You can start as a bellhop and then work your way to a hotel detective.
Yeah, I'm a hotel detective at the Motel 6.
Oh boy, seems like a bad place to be a hotel detective. Not gonna lie,
there's a lot of detecting that needs to be done, and you don't want to know.
But yeah, overall, thanks to Dark Horse for letting us read this. I had like I said, it was fun. It flows by really easily too. Like it just quick read. There's a lot of little details in the art hidden, kind of like a little things that I feel like, because it's all magic. There's a lot of magic based stuff here. Like I feel like the little nods at things that could be popping up later on, or like weird, funny ways to show magic. And the characters that we meet are all really fun, except for the assistant manager at the hotel. He's the only fuddy duddy. But I feel like you need one. So
yeah.
All right. Anything else, Jeff?
Nope, I'm good.
Cool. All right. Well, yeah. Thanks again. Highly encourage you to go check that out. If it sounds like your jam, it's coming out next week, and we'll drop this video again on its own as well. So, all right. Thanks for everything. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Jeff, Clay. I know you're gone already, but thank you. And we'll see you guys next time. I don't know. We'll do something else next week. We'll figure it out. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
The most important thing in life will always be
El Bebo.
Simon Center, get the fuck out.